And welcome, Victoria.
Welcome, 20.
I've been here for a while.
Right.
Welcome to another exciting episode, everyone.
Of Feel It Real Fun for We. Now, what are you changing it to?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Well, because I was saying another Feel It Real Fun for We on the 26th of May 2023, and you're saying that sucks.
No, I didn't really mean it that way.
So
Anyway.
what we could change it to.
Don't know. They can
Anyway,
vote.
it's your manifesting questions answered live.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
All right. Alma's here. Hey, nice to see you.
Hello, Alma. Cool.
Cool.
Two others are here, but they're not saying hello.
Not yet.
Okay, so go to easymanifestingmethods.com.
That's right.
I can go
Yeah.
that. Right. Everyone's seasick.
All right. Rosalind, welcome to the show. Sizzle, welcome to the show.
Join our 90-day adventure, your 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
That's right. You're going to find today, like so many of these questions always go back to MM, right? They really do. And then we're having a blast re-exploring it personally, and you'll hear more about that later.
And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
That's right. And Dream Driven Day opens on, or it doesn't open, it begins on the 6th. You guys that have put it off, you guys that want to do it deeper, join us, dreamdrivenday.com, right? So,
Cool.
Boom. All right, let's dive in.
Okay. So the first question is from Ilona in Manifesting Mastery. Is there enough for everyone?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
All right.
And Ilona asks how to stop being jealous or envious and start believing there's enough for everyone.
Cool. I don't get the connection between the two, so I don't make that kind of connection. So I can answer the second part of the question and the first part separately, right? So, and this is what I'd suggest that you do, right? So it's like, how do I stop being jealous?
Or envious.
Envious? How do you do it? That's what I want to know. It's like, I mean, do you go, oh my God, they've got a dog. I can't get one now. Like, I'm not sure what you do, but I can guarantee that it's ridiculous. Because everything that we do that holds us back is ridiculous. And you can celebrate noticing. It's like they got something. I'm assuming that somebody got something that you want, and now you think that there's not enough to go around. Here's the thing. So ready? Puppies breed. Right?
Yes.
They really do. Right? So if you want a puppy and you notice somebody else has a puppy, there's always more. Right? So, and what's the second part of the question?
That was it.
No, and start believing that there's enough for everyone.
Believe there's enough for everyone.
Yeah, there is. Now, the cool thing is most people imagine that they don't want much. Mark Dockery, welcome to the show. Right, Sizzle, I do need a feather. There it is. Oh, you did it. Look what Sizzle did. Manifested a feather in my cap. Right, so here's the cool thing, right? So this whole thing of like, is there enough for everyone kind of thing. A lot of people imagine there's not much and they don't get much. Right, a lot of people imagine, exploring and experiencing a lot, and they explore and they experience a lot. Mm-hmm. So that's where you get to play. Matt, welcome to the show. So let's continue there. This is great. And again, Ilona sets the stage for the rest of the call today, or the show today. That's right.
Cool. Okay. Thank you, Ilona, for your question. The next question is from Don in Manifesting Mastery. Misconceptions of Neville's teachings.
That's right.
And Don asks, what are the top misconceptions of Neville's teachings?
This is great because I answered it in the podcast, and I decided let's answer it again because when you throw the dice, they never come out the same, right? So it's like, what are the top misconceptions in Neville's teachings? Earlier, I talked about the Pearl of Great Price and the PearlPowerPack.com, right, which is really important. Because I don't get there's misconception. So what I notice is people pull really weird shit out to be right.
Yep.
And that's probably the number one thing that I notice. It's like, well, didn't Neville manifest his second wife?
I was just going to say that one. So many people grab that and say, therefore, it's got to be, I want it to be her.
Exactly.
Or him.
And it's all me pushed out.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody else really exists. Yeah. So let me get this right. So since Neville manifested his second wife that didn't exist, and you want to manifest somebody else that doesn't really exist, you're arguing with me and I don't exist. It always reduces to the ridiculous. Joe Weldon has joined us, right?
Speak of the devil.
Speak of the devil. That's right. So we get to just notice, where does it get ridiculous? Because what it really comes down to, and I'll be honest, here's the reason why I'm not the most popular, quote-unquote, Neville Goddard teacher in the world. I tell people it's all about one thing. It's called grow the fuck up. Yeah, and it really is. Because it's like, as a happy, loving husband, you know what I imagine for her? I imagine her happy. I don't imagine me being united, but she always does this and she gets so mean.
What do I always do?
Right?
Yes.
And that's the thing. So many people are going, well, I'm manifesting him being mine and him doing what I want me to do. And then him being, you're always right. And it's like, rightio, right? That's just called nuts. Again, from what I can tell, this is all an adventure in growing the fuck up. And when I mean that, yeah, it really is discovering the truth about you that sets you free. There we go. And I think that's the big thing, because it's like, well, Neville said Minikin locked himself in a room for 20 hours and he did affirmations and he got what he wanted. I said, cool, I'm asking you to feel it real for a second. Right? If you look at the bulk of Neville's teachings, he was just telling you can move in the twinkle of an eye. Mm-hmm. On the other hand, he said if you could move like Millikan moved. He didn't say do what Millikan did. He said if you could move like Millikan moved. Right? Millikan changed his state by starving himself, working himself up into a frenzy, beating the shit out of his own body. Right? I don't think that's fun.
No.
I mean, personally, and I'm sure Millikan did that for every desire that he ever had. Right? I want to go have popcorn. Okay, I will lock myself in a room for 20 hours, beat the shit out of myself, chant, I have popcorn, I have popcorn, I have popcorn. Right? Or you can just surrender. See, Mary's here. Mary's a puppy person. Right? I know she also plays with other critters, but she's a puppy person. So Mary's a puppy person, right? And what do you do when there's a puppy? Yo, there's a good puppy. There's a good puppy. At least that's what I and Grant Monk do, right? Here's the state of Grant Monk. Oh, look at that puppy dog. Yeah, you just surrender right into the damn thing. Then there's Joe Weldon beating the shit out of Bruce. You surrender to something. If you had to go, there's a puppy dog, I will lock myself in a room for 20 hours and chant, I love puppy dogs, I love puppy dogs. Anyway. You can tell the kind of mood I'm in this morning.
Yeah,
I went shopping.
That's why you're in this mood.
Yeah, I got 2 things of grapefruit juice.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh, good on you.
Diane, welcome to the show. Coral, welcome to the show.
And Colby's there.
Joe Weldon, still here. That's all right.
Good.
Boom, boom. And we have a really good call going on tomorrow. How to manifest with nostalgia. Most of you missed out. Right?
Yes,
10 of you got in.
Out, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep, sold out.
Yeah.
But you can still get in dreamdrivenday.com.
Didn't get blue cheese, no. He might get that Sunday at the market.
I actually have some very old blue cheese in the refrigerator. Right, this lady makes it. It's living. It's alive.
It was alive when he bought it, and it's how old? 3 months?
Oh, it's got to be about 6 months old now.
Oh,
like, it is going to be divine. I'm waiting for her to go away so I can eat it. Like, I open that shit up and she just freaks out.
Yes.
Anyway, Dawn,
Okay.
thank you for the great question.
Dawn, that's great.
Hoo-ha. I wonder if he asks it again, how I'll answer it. Not today, though.
Yeah.
I seriously, I'd love you. Dawn, check out how I answered it on the podcast, too. Right?
Oh, okay.
So, look at all the good shit going on.
The next question's from Summer in Manifesting Mastery. How to improve my brain?
Brains.
And Summer asks, I'd like to know how to improve my brain. For example, when people talk to me or I listen to things, I have trouble with recall. Writing it down, often impossible, is the only seeming solution.
All right. Here's what I noticed. Most people don't really direct their attention all that well. Like, they'll be there, but not there. Right? And so I've got a little trick. So I decided for the longest time, I love people. And for the longest time, I had the horriblest time remembering people's names. So what I started doing is picking out the tiniest little spot that I could see on their face and associating them with somebody else with the same name. And so it's really, really cool. So it really it gets me to right? Here's the cool thing. Ready? Become infinitely curious. The more curious you are about who you're talking with, what's going on, that you'll instantly encode a fuck ton better. Infinitely curious is probably my favorite state. And here's the cool thing. I'm infinitely curious about her. She's different every day. Right? Listen to her. I didn't think so. She's not all that curious about herself. But infinite curiosity is number one. Number two, scan for difference. Joe Weldon. It's not that people tune out, it's that they really tune in. You know something? Years ago, I put out a product. I put out 2 products. One of them was something like invisible striking, how to hit a guy between the eyes before he can even think of blinking. The second was the Milton Erickson handshake interruption, right?
Yeah.
It was how to put people into a trance using nonverbal inductions, right? Because it was 2 things I was nuts about, and it was the internet, and I had a camera, right? So, I'm really good at that shit. And I'm really good at that shit, and I walked away from it because it's not about putting people into trance. Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, they're all in fucking trance anyway.
Yeah.
Most people, they're just walking around listening to the fucking news.
Yeah.
Okay? And the news ain't anywhere near them. Right? If you decide to get present and curious and scan for difference, life gets really interesting. So.
Yeah.
That's what I got.
Okay.
Great.
Cool.
Point out. Yeah. By the way, people, they do tune in. They'll tune into the lowest common denominator, right? I don't even know. Imagining creates reality. People will tune into that, and they won't bother diving any deeper to explore how it actually works and who they actually are. People all the time, they'll tune into some chunk that they can revolve around instead of going into warp drive. There's some cool dynamics here. So, how was that? I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I tell you one more thing. Ready? So I imagined actually remembering people's names because I love people. That had me go, yeah, I'll just look at the smallest thing that I can find on their face, the one imperfection that I can find. Oh, look at that.
But how does that help you remember their name?
Well, then I associate their name with someone else with the same name.
Or with the same defect.
So yeah, no, with the same defect. That would give me all kind of different names. But I look at my friend Julie, and I think about my cousin Julie. So I just look at, what's Julie's biggest character defect on her face? By the way, you'll notice I have fun with this.
Yeah.
There's the other thing. If you try to get serious about your brain.
Well, it reminds me yesterday of that guy, Graham, that said to you, what's that guy's name in the corner? Charles. Oh, I don't know how I'll go. I'm not very good at remembering names. And you go, he says, and then you said, I normally think of someone like Julie. And their name's Julie, so it's like it helps. And
he didn't know any Charles.
I don't know any Charles. And he said, yes, you do. King Charles. Yeah. Think of King Charles in the corner at the pool. Yeah,
look at him sitting in his throne. Right? And now he's got a story.
Yeah.
Radio. Yeah. It's easy to remember stories.
Yeah.
That's right. We can even hypnotize them or use them to free ourselves, but that's another show.
Yeah. Okay.
DreamDrivenDay.com. There's a reason why we dive into stories.
Yes.
All right. Now, Lisa's bringing up a goodie here. This is a long one, but it's a really good one. I was going to edit this down, but I just can't.
Nah.
So.
Okay, so the next question is from Lisa and LaRock in Dream Driven Day.
Lisa and LaRock.
Adventures in Finding. And Lisa asks, hello, 20 in Victoria. 20, you recently said in the following in a podcast. There is a gentle mist rolling across the property, which means I can't see all that far. But I can tell you I know what's out there. I've seen it before. What I've seen and accepted in imagination, I've seen it before and can experience it in the physical reality. By the Pearl. Victoria is imagining in a new feature in the garden. I recall it is a retaining wall area, yes. Please tell us about how you find your way to the final plant or stone. And 20, I want to hear more. Thank you, Lisa.
All right, so I'm going to tell you my version first.
Okay.
Or you can think about yours. Ready? So Victoria says to me, she goes, you know, people. I'm thinking there's a setup here. There's a setup here.
I don't mean to set you up, babe. Yeah.
Let's see where this goes. She goes, while you're at the pool today, why don't you see if there's anyone that does retaining walls? And I go, what are the fucking odds of this? Right? So I go to true, right? So I go to the pool, and who's working? Lifeguard Tom. I says, hey, Tom, any chance? And he goes, oh, my neighbor. I actually work for him. Right. But he's real picky. Where do you live? Because he doesn't go far. And I thought, well, this sounds like my kind of guy. I don't go far. And I said, I'm on Kringle Drive. I'm in Eltham. He goes, oh, that's great. Right. That's close by. He'd actually probably work with you. And you're a cool guy.
Turn up.
Rightio. So I come home and I tell Victoria, remember you said I know people? And you mentioned something about that pesky retaining wall idea that, rightio. Well, I found a guy. Right now, it took months for Tom referred us to Ben. It took months to get Ben to come and visit, right, so on and so forth. But Ben's our guy. Like Ben's one of those people. I'm not all that anal, right? I love hiring anal people, right?
Yeah,
because they do shit that that I can't do.
Yeah,
right? I don't have that gift, right? I just don't, right? It's not my gig. So that's part of my thing. So I by the way, and here's how it all happened. I surrendered to her happy. Again, happy, loving husband. What's he want? Her to be happy. Right? I don't have an identity name for like property owner or whatever. But I want our property to be the most beautiful property. Like it's a storybook. It really is. And so like one of those things that shows up with that again is like I just want it to be perfect. I want it to last. Because there's a reason why I buy Apple products, right? That's all I'm going to say. Some of y'all don't like them. There's a reason why I got a Blue Yeti microphone.
Yeah.
Right? I'm just really fucking picky.
Yeah.
And when I find someone who like, Tom has told me stories about Ben, lovely stories, and I go, all right.
That's our guy.
That's our guy. So I just imagine her happy. And then what we're seeking to find also finds us. So... How about you, Victoria? What do you got for them?
I was rereading it silently, sorry. Well, so the retaining wall, I didn't actually care too much about what it looked like. It's more the plants that are going in that I really want trees to soften the fence and the neighbour's spaceship. And...
But by the way, we love our neighbor, but his house is like Battlestar Galactica.
It is.
Right? So you look at ours, 15th century France.
It's what it looks like compared
Ron's
to
house
his.
is Battlestar Galactica.
It's like
it's
the Back to the Future
It's like,
stuff.
wow, look at all those solar panels. Man.
I know.
He's got his own farm.
And so I still haven't found the right plant yet. So how do you find your way to the final plant?
How have you done it before? Because you've done it before.
Or just in the garden. I was actually explaining to Tim the other day because he was complimenting us on how much we've done here and how unbelievably fabulous it looks because he was here right at the beginning.
Yep.
And he said, he said, you've got a good eye. How do you do that? Like, and I said, I've really learnt now, like originally I was all force and I'd rush in and it's just like, oh, that'll do. I don't do that now.
Yeah, nice.
I just sit and like, because I know everything that we do here is just going to complement it even further. It's just going to keep adding more and more beauty. So when I'm coming from that space, that place in me, if I'm not sure about something, that's fine. I know the right plan. I know the right things will show up when they need to. And, yeah. So,
so we call the garden and home heartwood. Heart as in love, wood as in work or labor. So wood. From labor work in Chinese medicine.
Forest, but
right?
anyway.
So
yes.
So we call it heartwood for our own fucking reasons.
For our reasons.
Yeah,
yes.
each of both of us. and what I perceive here, literally is, and I call it also a storybook forest, like literally, right? So what I perceive here is anything that shows up here has to show up here in love. We actually had an electrician here once. Right? And he did one little job.
Yeah.
And I told the contractor that hired him, that man never sets foot on my property again.
Yeah.
And the contractor went, whoa, because that voice does not come out that often. That voice comes out with, the next thing I do is shoot you. Right? So when I told him, I said, that man never steps foot on my property again.
Yeah.
It's like, right. She laughs. She knows it's
funny.
true.
I know.
It's like radio.
Not a happy chappy.
and that's it. We just imagine everything here and everyone here in love.
Yeah.
So, boom. All right, I think that was pretty good.
I think that's pretty good.
I'll tell you one more thing. So I have TT's PowerPoint, the Decision, Manifesting Mastery Course, Lesson 23.
That was our last lesson.
So Lesson 23, like you're trying to pick, do I get a computer? Do I run a computer? Do I buy a computer? What kind of computer? Yeah, I go into that hellhole of a decision tree in that lesson in ManifestingMasteryCourse.com. And then I back up. And when I back up, it becomes, who do I choose to be? I choose to be the guy that produces this and does that. And when I move into the state of the guy that produces this and does that, that was my first Apple product. And what do I buy now, Ego? Nothing but Apple. That's right. Welcome to the show. Yes. So, yeah, that whole thing of moving from hellish decisions, trying to figure out which plant, what guy, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
I just move in. I'm the guy with a satisfied wife. Right? It's a pretty rare state in the world, from what I understand. But all right, I also move into the state of the guy that's got a fucking sense of humor. Anyway, Lisa, fantastic question.
Thank you very much.
All right. And for you guys, those of you all 12 of you who have not done ManifestingMasteryCourse.com.
All 12 of you.
Yeah, absolutely. So join us. It's awesome. It takes about 10 minutes a day, and it's $1 a day. Yeah. No excuses. Yeah. All right. We got one more.
Okay, and the last question today is from Dream Driven Day. Jeff, Manifesting Mastery Week 2. I'm glad a lot of you guys are redoing it, which is brilliant.
With us even.
With us.
That's right.
And Jeff asks, how do you move from I am rich because I am rich to I am rich because I imagined being rich?
This is really cool because to me they're the same. So we did a little course. I'll do a crass commercial, How to Manifest the Impossible. Actually, it's a live call, 90 minutes. You can get it at NevilleGoddardStore.com. And the reason I mentioned that is we broke down into the, the etymology of Jesus and Jehovah. So we broke down, Yahweh. So we broke down into those names some really cool stuff, some stuff of Neville's and so on and so forth. And the reason I mention that is this is so cool to me, and I appreciate you asking this, Jeff. How do you move from I am rich because I am rich to I am rich because I imagined being rich? So imagination and action is Jesus. Yeah, I am because I am is the Father, and the two they dance together in the coolest way. So when you notice I'm rich because I'm rich. I'm a happy, loving husband because I'm a happy, loving husband. That reveals that the imaginal act is not just something that you do. I'm a happy, loving husband because I imagine being a happy, loving husband. It's not something that I do to make something happen later. That would be a different use of the vowels. It's an acceptance. It's a surrendering to. So if we do it enough, then will 20 owe us money. Oh, I missed that. It's a penny if you do it enough times. Yeah, got it. Okay, yeah. Somebody said, in all seriousness, I do find it utterly fascinating, the whole thing, because, this whole ManifestingMasteryCourse.com thing. How many times, like some of y'all, like, Mark and Coral and Sizzle and Cube, like you guys have done it lots of times, or at least are doing it for a second time. It's like we don't charge you. You can pay us if you want. I really appreciate that.
I'm doing it for a second time.
Right?
You are.
Yep. So those of you that have paid us to do it more than once, I really appreciate that because it does take time for me to answer emails and stuff.
Of course.
But it's a wonderful experience that leads to wonderful experience. All right. So I am because I am.
I am because I am. Yeah.
Yes.
And because I am, I do the things that I am does.
Yes, totally.
I love that one part too. Yeah.
All right.
Cool. So that was from Dream Driven Day, Jeff.
That is right.
Thank you very much for your question, Jeff.
Cool. So, Victoria, besides inviting people to DreamDrivenDay.com, we start on the 6th. You can sign up now, get access to the bonuses, and the Facebook group should go live this weekend. Maybe Monday, Tuesday, who knows. But anyway.
Cool. Okay. So what we'd like to know is tell us, what was your hashtag Strawberry Bit?
Victoria, what was your hashtag Strawberry Bit?
Well, I love how, as I said, the decision, Manifesting Mastery Lesson 23, how that came up because that's been our last
That's our most recent lesson.
Most recent lesson.
Yes.
And how that came up in
Lisa's
LaRock's question for us. Because, I really get that that's what it is. It's like since moving into, well, maybe not just this, like property owner, but whatever it is here, just loving our family home and being the person that loves creating beauty here, then, the plant will show up. It's not I don't have to go furiously fighting and trying to find, and that'll do. It would never work that way.
Yes.
So, that's what my hashtag strawberry bit is.
So my hashtag strawberry bit comes from Victoria and Grandpa, right?
And Grandpa.
Tabitha, welcome to the show. So Grandpa used to say, if you leave the house and you take a walk and you bump into an asshole, you bumped into an asshole. If you keep walking and keep walking and keep walking, and everyone you bump into is an asshole,
you're the asshole.
You're the asshole, right? And I love that because it is such a true manifesting lesson, because who you are determines what you find.
Yeah.
And it's like, everybody is an asshole. Everybody argues with me. Nobody understands me. What does that tell me, right? and this is where it gets really fun, because I find happy, loving husband finds her happy. When she's not happy, happy, loving husband finds a way to give to her. And that's the cool thing. This whole thing, seek and you shall find, right? And it's true. Seek. When I experience the world as an opportunity, seek and you shall find. What I find is endless opportunity.
Yeah.
I find what I am. So, Victoria.
Lovely.
That's right.
Okay.
Yes.
So, go to
freeneville.com. Oh,
really?
no, that was from years ago.
EasyManifestingMethods.com.
Yeah, go there, sign up for those.
It will actually take you there, but yeah.
No, actually, it'll take you to howtofeelitreal.com.
Sorry, that's right.
Yeah, got that one.
But if you sign up for the emails, then
yeah, it will
you'll
bother you every single day.
Yeah. Join your 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
That's right. $97, $1 a day, 15 minutes. Come on, there's no excuses. Yeah, there is. Yeah, you just want money.
No.
Yeah, so that's your excuse, right? Yeah, radio. Let's talk about Walmart. They just want money too. All right.
For refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
And Dream Driven Day, we begin on the 6th.
6th of June.
And remember, Dream Driven Day's got 4 this time. We're doing 4 live calls, private Facebook group, all that bullshit. It's a lot of fun. We'll rock your world. And so far, if I'm correct, everybody who's signed up has actually done it before. That's fascinating to me. So, dreamdrivenday.com.
Okay.
Imagine what will come out then. Holy crap,
In the
calls.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Light speed, buddy. All right.
Have a great day, night, weekend.
Yes. And for you guys that have signed up for the nostalgia call, your Friday, our Saturday, I'm going to send out a reminder on that. That's going to be a goodie. Love you. See ya.